Jai Hind everyone.
Jai Hind, sir.
Okay. Vipul,
Jane, sir.
Aashish, Jai, all well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will,
Yes, sir.
without
Absolutely
wasting
fine, sir.
time, we will immediately start our today's lecture session. I'm sure you will be coming with interesting topics. Who is the first volunteer? Today's first volunteer.
Sir, I'll start.
Okay. Ashish will start. Jai, can you keep time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ashish, you go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, Jay. You started the timing.
You can start now, Ashir.
Okay. So, good evening to all. Today, I'll be speaking on the topic of one nation, one election. So, in the recent times, as we have experienced the Lok Sabha election recently, and further will be experiencing the elections of the state assemblies of various states, a lot of discussion around the concept of one nation, one election has been discussed around. This idea suggests that all elections in the country should be held simultaneously, including those of the local bodies, state assemblies, and the Lok Sabha. This aims to streamline the electoral process and reducing the cost involved in the electoral processes. The concept of uh, taking this election or conducting the elections simultaneously means that every 5 years, the entire nation would go to the polls to elect their representatives at all the level of government. It may be the local bodies, the municipalities, the state government, or the union government. We can say the Lok Sabha. The various advantages of the one nation one election are that it's first of all it's very cost saving. As we know, a lot of money has been spent for the election processes, for deploying the forces. It may be deploying the security forces, the logistics, the various logistic for the our EVM machines and all. So this is what the expense would be cut down to a significant amount if all the elections would be conducted simultaneously. Next, the efficiency of the government would increase as we see a lot of elections happens every year. It may be of states or maybe of the center and the local bodies. The government is most of the time throughout the year the government is involved in the election campaigns and the election processes only, which somehow reduces their efficiency to work for the government or to work for the country. And nextly, which can be possibility of the one nation, one election is that the increased voter turnout. The voters would turn out more efficiently as they would have the opportunity to vote at a single time for all the levels of the government. But at the same time, there are some challenges and concerns about the one nation, one election. Firstly, it would require a lot of changes in the constitution as the constitution allows the government or the empire to change this process of election.
Last 30 seconds.
Secondly, the logistics as we are talking about cutting down the logistics, but further timing as we are talking about. But further, if we talk about conducting all the elections in the nation at same time, will experience a lot of stress over the electoral system or the election commission of India to process the elections at the same time. Along with that, deploying the security forces all over the country would not be possible for the election commission and the government to smoothly run the elections. But
Time up.
with some more research over this, we can surely be implementing it soon. Thank you, sir.
Good Ashish. A very important topic you have started with. Like from the Red Fort this year on Independence Day, Prime Minister's speech also mentioned about the one nation, one election requirement. There are so many pluses and minuses, maybe, but whether all parties are together or not, that is yet to be seen because immediately there was some criticism from the opposition parties. But a nation like India, where the diversity exists, the population is huge, the constituencies are more in numbers, the state and the central federal structure is there, and not only that, there are other elections also, gram panchayat and all those things, district level, some of the bodies. So if we can go for one election simultaneously, the biggest challenge will be the infrastructure, because if you see, while conducting the election, so much of government manpower machinery is in services, and it is a huge challenge to conduct fair elections because the population is so huge. It is a big event, and if all the states are together, if state elections and the central elections, whether it is Lok Sabha and the respective Vidhan Sabhas of all the states put together, maybe technology today is available, we can use it. The cost factor, what Ashish was highlighting, that is the biggest saving probably. More than that, if we are looking forward for the fast growth of the nation, the problem is the time getting wasted in these elections. If we can save upon these times, cut down upon these elections period, a lot of politicians are getting diverted towards the local elections, including the prime minister. That can be saved if these election rallies cut down, the maybe corruption associated with that is cut down, everything accounted for, and then maybe it sounds very good, but it is not easy to conduct it. That is the biggest challenge. Okay, Ashish, I think this will be a topic which will be continuously getting focused hereafter, because already at the highest level it is now talked about. So maybe in the coming months this topic is going to be a hot topic. Good, Ashish. Uh, Such topics are essential
Thank you,
to
sir.
come at this level, because these will be the current live hot topics wherever you go for group discussions or lectures or interview. Okay, who is next? Jay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ashish, keep time.
Yes, sir. Okay, Jay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, then you can start now.
Okay. Good evening to one and all, and Jane. Today's my lecture topic is Indian Armed Forces. The Indian Armed Forces are military forces of the Republic of India. It has consists three provisional uniformed services in the Indian Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Additionally, the Indian Armed Forces are supported by the Central Armed Forces, Indian Coast Guard, and various inter-services commands forces and institutes such as Strategic Forces of Command and the Andaman Nicobar Command and the integrated defense staffs. And the president of India is the supreme commander of the Indian Armed Forces. And the Indian Armed Forces are under the management of Ministry of Defense of Government of India. With the strength of over 1.4 million active personnel are in Indian Armed Forces. It is the second world's largest military forces and has the world's volunteer arm. Volunteer Army, and it has also the third largest defense budget in the world. And the Global Firepower Index reports list in it as the fourth most powerful military in the world. And it headquarters in Ministry of Defense in Southern Block in New Delhi. And Ministry of Defense is the general by Anil Chauhan sir, and the Defense Secretary is Giridhar Armane sir. In Indian Armed Forces, Flag Day is celebrated on 7th of December, and the Indian Armed Forces have been engaged in a number of major military operations, including Indo-Pakistan Wars in 1947 and 1965 and 1978, and Kargil Wars, etc. And India has one of the longest military histories, as like depositions of Maratha naval attack in 1812 against the East Indian Company ships by Aurora. Thank you.
Okay, Jay. I think some more time was left. You have cut down. How much time was there, Ashish?
Yes, sir. 1 minute was.
Okay,
Sir,
okay,
1 minute was left, sir.
okay. No issue. These are open-ended topics, like Indian Armed Forces is a just general heading. You can talk about the structure of Indian Armed Forces. You can talk about the history of Indian Armed Forces. You can talk about the the diversity with which our Indian Armed Forces are uh, uh, looking at world, because the other armed forces have got some peculiarities. Ours have got different history, different configuration. And the biggest thing is the discipline part. In our neighborhood, we have seen a lot of coup. All the armed forces, whether it is Pakistan and recently Bangladesh, uh, these forces have shown that they have disrespected the democracies. But Indian armed forces have protected the democracy. So, from many angles, you can speak on such topics. All over world, whether it is UN peacekeeping forces or any forum, the Indian armed forces have earned the respect, uh, including the paramilitary forces. That is different thing. How people write in the world scenario. At times, the justice is not done. But if we see when there are joint exercises, we always prove to the world that we are one of the best advanced forces, and the way we conduct, whether it is army, air force, navy, in the at the world level, it is little uh, different from others. We have shown that military ethos are well established. We got inheritance from British forces, so those customs and traditions we are still protecting. Some are modified, like recently the naval flag got amended. Some of the things are getting now changed, but see, we are taking time. We are not changing overnight anything. The customs and traditions in the Indian armed forces still are holding uh, tight foot, and that speaks very positively about the discipline part. And now coming to the professionalism, slowly we are opening doors for all, for the females in every aspect, including the combat scenario. So this is how Indian armed forces, which are representing the biggest democracy on the earth, the largest population on the earth as far as the nation goes, and the discipline is of the highest order. And this is something unique, which will be our unique identity. We are a balanced force, we are a balanced democracy. World respects us, world sees us as a powerful nation, a future potential player who can dictate to the world how should be the world order. That is how from many angles you can speak on such generic topic. Okay, Jay, don't
Yes, sir.
lose confidence. You should be speaking with more contents. Try and have more contents. Okay.
Okay, sir. I will try it.
Okay. Okay. Who is next? Karan, Vipul, and then we'll go to the RIGMS NDA batch. Karan, you are ready? Vipul?
Sir, I'll speak after Karan.
Okay. Karan, whether he is able to hear me or not. Okay. From the NDA batch?
Sir, can I take Prachiti?
Okay. Prachiti wants to speak online. Otherwise, should have been sitting in NDA batch. Okay. Prachiti, go ahead. So, I will ask there Jay only. Keep the time.
Okay, sir. You can start now.
Jain, everyone. My today's lecture topic is cybercrime. Cybercrime is an illegal activity which is done by hackers and fraudsters to gain the financial or other benefits themselves. Cybercrime is a serious problem in our digital world, where criminals use computers and internet to commit illegal activities. The consequences of cybercrime are far-reaching. Personal privacy is invaded as a cyber criminals, and as a steal data, photos, communication records, etc. Many things are steal. In cyberbullying, a person is harassed, humiliated, or threatened online. Ethical hackers can be help organization to identify vulnerabilities in their system before malicious hacker and exploit them. Cybercrime doesn't have any boundaries. An international issue or cooperation is crucial for taking and prosecuting cyber criminals who operate across borders. Uh, To approach is require involving education, technology, legislation, and international cooperation. As the technology continues to advance, our efforts combat and cybercrime must keep space to protect our increasingly interconnected world. Cybercrime is not something which we cannot deal with ourselves. With little use of common sense and logic, we can stop cyber crimes from happening. Uh, to conclude, to conclude, we can say that cybercrime is a dangerous offense to someone's privacy. A cybercrime is a violation of not only law but of the human rights too. Thank you.
Okay, good Prachiti. This is also one topic which will be there for coming so many years because we are living in internet age where cyber platform has started giving us a lot of benefits, at the same time started giving us troubles also, because so many people by sitting at their home can interfere into personal activities, can peep into your systems if you are not careful. And that is why there are some frauds and cheating happening on internet platform through remote connections. Your systems are getting hacked, but when it comes to the individual losses, till then it is okay, but the cyber crime has no boundaries. It can reach to any level. A person getting money loss, or there is a privacy breach, law is violated, till then an individual goes and files FIR. The systems, the administrative systems, the law agencies are having the biggest challenge today to reach out to the people who committed the crimes. But at the national level, if a nation gets involved into such kind of organized crime and causes harm to the other nation, that time the intensity and the scale of it will increase, and that will be a worrisome because one organization will target another organization. The crime will be international crime where individual to individual it is not there. The war from one nation to other nation and the cyber platform is getting used. So there is no limit for this dimension. Crimes from the individual level to organization level to the national level, these will happen. Only thing is precautions, preventions, adequate measures we can take, and the defensive system of internet, organizational internet network, the individual internet network, while operating it, not to share the critical data, all those things, whether it is social media, whether it is email system, whether it is while operating at individual level, interacting with other people, uh, all those areas we need to now be cautious. We need to protect our identity data, and must acknowledge the fact that there is absolutely every chance that our phone will be hacked, our system will be hacked, uh, and we are not protected nowadays and we can be vulnerable. This fear is important, and then only we will be able to defend ourselves to some extent. Otherwise, these crimes are going to increase, personal breach will happen, individual systems will be targeted, and that is how every day so many people are getting cheated, a lot of money is lost, a lot of personal breaches are causing pressure, stress to the people because blackmailing happens thereafter, and people are committing suicides because some data is leaked or some private things are there, and all those things are happening. Okay, Prachiti, good. These topics you need to enhance further, cover under different
Yes, sir.
angles, content wise.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now who is there? Vipul?
Jain sir, Jain sir.
Okay,
I'll start.
who is going
Jain
to
all.
keep time? Time, Jay will keep time.
You
Yes,
can
sir.
start
May
now.
I start? Jai and all. My today's topic is India-Bangladesh relations. Uh, as we know that
in the history, Bangladesh and India are the two part of the Indian subcontinent and have had a long common cultural, economic, and political history. The cultures of two countries are similar in the particular Bangladesh and Indian states of the West Bengal and adjacent to that Tripura are all Bengali speaking peoples. And there are the pillars in the historical background of these both the nations. During the partition of India after the independence, 1947, the Bengal region was divided into two, two nations. That there is East Bengal, the present day Bangladesh, and the West Bengal. That is the East Bengal. That is West Bengal, the part of Indian nation. And the West Bengal, East Bengal was made a part of the Islamic Republic of the Pakistan due to the fact that both region had overwhelming large populations, more than the 86 percentage. In the 1955, the government of Pakistan changed its name from the East Bengal to the East Pakistan, and there was some confirmation between the two regions through that. The firstly, in, after the independence in 1948, the Muhammad Ali Jinnah declared that the Urdu will be the sole official language of the entire nation. Through more than 95% of the East Bengal population spoke Bengali, and therefore after the 2 decades in 1971, therefore separatist movement started to grow the Islamic provinces when the main separatist party Awami League headed by the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman won the elections in 1970 and grabbed the elections of 1970. Elections had got the right to form the government. The the then president of Pakistan, Yahya Khan, refused to recognize the Awami League candidate as the PM face. So, result of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, this led the widespread of protest in East Pakistan in the 1970s. So, from there, the moment had started to liberation of the Bangladesh in 1971 was followed by the declaration of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman as the independent state of Bangladesh. In that, India played a vital role. India supported Bangladesh in many ways, like um, India played massive role in the helping Bangladesh gain independence. India, under the leadership of Indira Gandhi, fully supported by help with the help of Indian Army and caused the supported Bangladeshi troops by giving the supports and equipments provided by the Indian government to fight against the Pakistani forces. The Indian Army also gave the full support to the main Bangladeshi guerrilla force that is then called as Mukti Bahini. And finally, 26 March 1970, Bangladesh emerged as the independent state. And uh, there are the areas of contention between India and Bangladesh, like terrorist activities carried out by some part of the Bangladesh outfit based on the both countries like Benga Sena and the Harkatul Jihad. Recently, India and Bangladesh had agreed joint to fight terrorism. This is the good point treaty between India and Bangladesh. And in the meantime, Bangladesh has consistently denied that India transits facility to landlocked northeastern region of the India. Although India has narrowing these northern regions. And one more problem which is faced by the Indians, India is the illegal Bangladeshi immigration into the Indian states. The border is porous and migrants are able to cross illegally, though sometimes only return in financial or other incentive border security personnel. And now the recent developments in In 2011, major treaties were signed by both the countries according to the border demarcation, the end of the 4 decades old disputes over the boundaries. India also granted 24-hour access to the Bangladesh citizens, uh, 24 hours access to the Bangladesh citizens in the Teen Biga corridor. And again, in the recent, we see that
Okay,
there is,
last 30 seconds, Vipul.
yes, sir, I'll remember. Now we see the recent incident in the Bangladesh that Prime Minister of Bangladesh has to be resigned, that Sheikh Hasina. It has resulted in that there was a continuous reservation to the freedom fighters and their sons and then their grandsons. It was, it has to be, uh, and now the Bangladesh army has take over and declared that president rule in the Bangladesh, and now new new the interim government was formed there, and they are currently running the government. Sir, here I will conclude. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Vipul. Uh, Firstly, you tried well. This is the current topic, and we are going to cover a separate session, maybe in couple of days, where there are 8 subtopics we have made. We are just waiting a couple of more students to volunteer, and then we will cover this. As such, it is a hot topic. India-Bangladesh relations has been good, but Bangladesh as a state has really surprised the world because just few months back the world was talking as the fastest growing economy in the Southeast Asia. Bangladesh was the respected name, but today it has gone into dust. Bangladesh has really surprised the all over world analysts. India Bangladesh relations have always been good, and that is why the Muslim nation prime minister is feeling safe to come to a otherwise a Hindu nation. A lot of people are criticizing, but still, the right from its birth, Bangladesh, India has been a very very trustworthy friend for them. Whether the founding father of Bangladesh, Mujibur Rahman, who is incidentally the father of Sheikh Hasina, he was also feeling safe with India, and that is why India was a really good friend for Mujibur Rahman also. When Mujibur Rahman's family was killed in 1975, the Sheikh Hasina and her sister, they were given adequate help. Sheikh Hasina studied in India, or maybe her prime years were spent here, and that is why she today also feels safe in India. As such, a lot of border issues were sorted out recently. There were issues, some of the posts, some of the areas where there was a dispute. Tista River Agreement or the water sharing issues, we were going ahead with a lot of constructive phases. The friendly uh, transport system covering the both the nations, and there were some concrete plans ahead also, right, till strategic issues also. But we'll discuss further. Vipul, couple of points. Um, with more practice, the fluency and the flow of the lecture will come up. Second point is about time management. In SSB, you will be speaking only for 3 minutes. If you overshoot, it will be negative. If you underutilize the time, that will be negative. So appropriate utilization of 3 minutes, and that mental makeup, that how much is 3 minutes, you have to keep practicing on that. Whether you online platform, you are not able to hear the caution of 30 seconds and time up, so still a mental framework is required. Okay, how much is the 3 minutes? That judgment will come with couple of practices. Okay, and confidence will come up with practices. Vipul.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
yes. Now from the NDA batch, RIGMS. Little loud. Okay, Rudraksh. Okay, Vipul, keep time.
Jai Hind everyone, my name is Rudraksh and I am standing in front of you to deliver an lecture on topic DRDO. Defense Research and Development Organization is the full form of DRDO and it is established in 1958, means 66 years ago. DRDO is among one of the most important organization in India as it develops or modernizes our Indian army with the ferocious weapons because we can't fight new wars with the old weapons. DRDO's motto is strength origin is in science, means science builds our strength. In nowadays, there are 30,000 employees who are employed in DRDO, and among those 30,000 employees, 5,000 were scientists. When we talk about DRDO's annual budget, then 23,264 crore is the annual budget of DRDO. The very first project of DRDO is surface to air missile SAM, which is known as Operation Indigo at that time. In DRDO's headquarters is in Delhi, and DRDO's most developed rifle is Ukram, and the most developed pistol of DRDO is Prabal. Thank you.
Okay, Rudraksh. This is, I think, probably the first attempt from your side, and that too online. So you have tried well. Confidence will come up a little bit. Body language, the posture that you analyze. No extra movement. Anxiety will be there always. Initial uh, practices, you will feel that anxiety goes off with more uh, confidence coming in, more practice, and the command over topics. It will come. DRDO is a very very orthodox topic as far as the SSB lecturates goes. It will be there. Every SSB has got DRDO, ISRO, these organization related lecturate subjects, and as such, you are appearing for defense establishments class 1 job. So DRDO is very much affiliated and associated with this subject. So you are supposed to know what are the current projects of DRDO, what are the systems uh, DRDO is now developing, and many things DRDO, whatever is under consideration project wise, especially the defense project, Indian defense project, because DRDO is now global organization. DRDO has started working and exporting things also, because we are Atmanirbhar Bharat now, and we are trying to sell our things also. So DRDO is also supplying to the other armies. Some of the smaller things have started. So when you are speaking in SSB forum, the latest acquisitions from the DRDO, whether it is Air Force project about Tejas or rifle related things, or the tank related things, Arjun tank related things, or naval related things, which are the joint projects with other countries, whether it is Russia, Israel. So all those things are important. Yes, any doubt? RIGMS team, NDA, raising the hand? No. Okay. So today we have good participation, good topics. The variation was there, and I'm looking forward for more healthy participation, diverse topics, and soon we will be having a special episode of Bangladesh, because this is going to change a lot of things in future, a lot of lessons to be drawn from this Bangladesh episode, especially by the democracies of the world. Secondly, India being the closest neighbor, whether it is affecting us and how much is it is going to affect us, how much serious we should become in this particular case. So a lot of issues we need to discuss when we will talk about special subject of Bangladesh. So I had made 8 subtopics. 6 students have already volunteered. 2 more I'm looking forward, and then we will do the discussion on this particular subject, which is as such exhaustive. A lot of people are talking on it, entire world is talking on it. We will also talk on it. Okay, so thank you, and keep studying hard, keep smiling, remove the stress, whatever is your target. Vipul, you are in Pune now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are heading for CDS?
Yes, sir. Next
Okay,
year.
I'm sure you are preparing well. So just keep the momentum. Now Ashish is there, who is keeping the momentum. Jay is there, and our RIGMS team is there. So we all will move positively. We will develop confidence. We will develop our communication skills and knowledge gaining. Every topic which is alive, current, and mattering us, we should study. We should speak on it. We should listen on it. That is what is we are doing. Okay, take care. Bye. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Jai Hind, sir.